Welcome to Swanson Reed's presentation on the process for applying extensions of time to submit or variations for R&D applications. Within this presentation, two key areas will be discussed, per the guidance provided by AusIndustry: the time limits on extensions for R&D applications and requesting variation to R&D applications. This presentation is based on AusIndustry's published material. Request an extension or variation on your R&D tax incentive registration, a link to which can be found below. Additional links that may be of assistance can also be found in the video description. Under the R&D tax incentive, companies have historically had a limited amount of time to register activities for a financial year. This limitation of time has been necessary to facilitate the effective administration of the program and to be able to finalise and measure its cost for a period. Companies are expected to register their eligible R&D activities within 10 months of the end of their company's income year. For example, a company's registration for the year ended 30th of June 2023 must be submitted by the 30th of April 2024. Where possible, it is always preferable to complete and submit R&D applications well before the deadline, since a timely registration facilitates a timely receipt of a company's R&D tax benefit. The quality of a registration may be improved if it is completed closer in proximity to when the activities actually occurred, for example, sooner after the end of year. Submitting on time avoids the uncertainty and administration burden of having to pursue extension requests. Sometimes, however, extensions are necessary, and there is a specific protocol to be followed when pursuing. Some key changes limiting the scope of available extensions have also come into effect in recent years that companies must be aware of. All requests for time extensions on annual registration applications have to be made via the AusIndustry customer portal, which was launched in 2022 for FY21 period claims. This means that email requests will not be accepted unless they are exceptional circumstances. AusIndustry cannot accept late applications or time extensions for an advance finding or advance overseas finding applications under any circumstances, since the IR&D Act decision-making principles does not provide any mechanism to allow for extensions of time to submit advance finding applications. Requests for an extension of 14 days or less that are made before the registration deadline will usually be approved. However, when submitting, a company must explain why they need extra time and why 14 days will be enough to complete and submit their application. To request an extension of 14 days or more before a deadline, a company must tell AusIndustry the reasons why they could not submit prior to the deadline, the reasons for a delay in requesting the extension, evidence to support the reasons. Extension requests that will not be accepted by AusIndustry are those which are your fault or the fault of someone acting on your behalf, within your control, or anyone acting on your behalf. AusIndustry will only give extensions when either the circumstances are exceptional, the delay is minor. The reasons and evidence supplied within the form will be considered by AusIndustry before making a decision. Consideration will also be given to whether extensions have been applied for in the past and anything else that may be relevant. It should be noted that extensions are not automatically granted once you apply. In recent years, a cap on the amount of time able to be granted as an extension has come into effect. As of the 1st of January 2021, there is a limit on extensions of time to submit an application after a statutory deadline. Specifically, the cap was changed from 3 months to 92 days on the 1st of April 2022. It should be noted that this cap will apply unless the extension is granted to allow you to wait for the outcome of a separate pending decision, for example, such as waiting the outcome of a compliance matter for a previous year when a subsequent year application is due. This is very important to note, since even if a company is subject to a catastrophic event beyond its control, the maximum extension available to submit an annual registration application is limited to 92 days. In our experience, if a company must resort to seeking a registration extension, they should plan early and submit the request for the extension ahead of the deadline, have a clear, valid and documented reason for requesting the extension, ensure that the application is indeed submitted by the approved extended date if the extension is granted. Once an application has been submitted, a need may arise to vary an application, for example, to add or change activity details. It is possible to request the variation of R&D registration within 10 months of the end of your income year, which is the final deadline for registration. The department can accept and process these variations upon receipt of the request. However, it is possible to request variation of your application outside of this 10-month window, but the board will only consider variations in accordance with a set of decision-making principles which can be found here. That concludes a presentation of extension time limits or variations to R&D applications. If you wish to apply for an extension or a variation to your application, the link can be found here. If you have any questions about this presentation, please do not hesitate to contact our office. Thanks for watching.